Hello again from the pastures. These are probably some of my favorite moments in the pastures when everybody's just enjoying out there, doing their thing, being goats, being what they should be. Um, just absolutely love watching them. Could do it all day. Well, I tell you that about everything, right? I can listen to frogs all night. I can watch goats all day. It's too bad I have a job. Um, but while we're out here, let's talk pasture a little bit. A couple of folks have asked if the goats mow the lawn for us, and the answer is no. You can see they graze. They do actually pick at the ground. They do eat some grass, but they don't mow the lawn. And they certainly aren't going to eat enough grass to make it seem like they mow the lawn. Goats are brush eaters. They prefer leaves, twigs. If you throw an untreated Christmas tree, no tinsel, no chemicals, nothing on it, just a natural Christmas tree that's been used and maybe is done and doesn't have anything left on it, put that in the pasture and they will strip that tree down to nothing but a trunk in no time. That they love. Maple leaves, oak leaves that fall in the fall, oh my goodness, such a delicacy. They absolutely love it. Spring, what they're really picking for here is weeds, which isn't a bad thing. Obviously, they don't eat them all, right? You've seen that there's dandelions, there's some other weeds and some wildflowers, but they are actually picking through the grass and eating more of the shrubs and the brush than grass. The other thing, and one of the reasons that we keep the grass a little bit higher, especially this time of the year when it's starting to get warm and it's definitely wet, is for parasite control. And that sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But all goats have worms. That's just part of being a goat owner, is dealing with parasites. And if the goat is in good condition and their body weight is good and their nutrition is good, then they're able to maintain a balance in their bodies, right? And the worms are not a problem. It's when the worms take over or get a little bit more of what we call a heavy worm load that it becomes a problem. Then the worms can take too much of the goat's nutrition and the goat's body condition starts to drop and then the goat can get sick. So in order to prevent parasites, since they're already there, you can't really prevent them per se, but you can prevent them getting out of control. And high grass has something to do with that. Parasite eggs are passed in goat feces. Goat feces comes out a lot. All over the place. Anywhere they are, there's goat feces. That's the way it works. Once those eggs are passed in that feces, the larvae that hatch will get onto a blade of grass or a leaf or a weed or something, but they don't go up. They hang toward the bottom of that blade or that leaf or that thing that they have clung onto that's coming out of the ground. So if you keep the grass a little bit taller, you're able to avoid the goats actually ingesting that larvae that's been hatched and climbed onto a leaf or a tree, because they're taking the tips off. They're not going down to the ground and ripping it out by its roots. They're not taking it and snipping it at the bottom at the ground where those larvae are. They're actually taking off the top. That is if you keep your pastures a little bit long this time of the year. And it doesn't have to be all year long, but this time of the year when it's wet, we've had rain for 3 full days straight. When it's growing season, right? So the grass is growing growing a lot. Sorry, brain glitch there. It just didn't work. Words weren't working for me for a second. So at any rate, that's how we manage our parasite load, right? Like I said, we can't reduce it or remove it. It exists, but we can manage it, we can control it, and part of that is letting the grass get a little bit higher than we would for, say, a lawn or something more manicured. And clearly they don't mind that. So that's a little bit about pasture maintenance, parasite maintenance. We'll talk at some point, I'm sure, in the future about what we do when we see the parasite load has changed the dynamics and has gotten into what we call more heavy load. But right now, I think I'll stop here, keep it at about 5 minutes because I don't want to bore you to tears. And we'll talk to you at the next one. Bye for now.